Hi, greetings. It's me, Dr. Paul Gerhardt, and today I wanted to make a sample video for you of what I thought was a good final marketing plan from a previous class that I taught. So what you will see is this final project is about 29 pages with the cover page and with the reference page and table of contents. You'll notice that the heading on this cover page has the title in bold. Everything is in Times New Roman 12 point, and you'll notice that the title of the page is bold, or the paper is bold, and it's 3/4 down. And then all the student names would come next, and then the class number, and then your professor, and then the date. You'll notice this is an APA 7th edition formatted paper. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close to perfect, and that's why I'm using this one as a sample. Here's table of contents. You'll know if you compare the outline with what you see here in the table of contents, they did a really good job showing me just by looking at the table of contents that they have really thought this marketing plan through and that they're very thorough on each of the sections. So again, you can pause and rewind this video anytime you want. So I'm just going to go through it quickly and talk about what I'm seeing, and then you can of course pause the video so you can kind of see what they did, and you can ask yourself, if I was a CEO of a company, would I think my marketing team did a good job of working together to think through how to keep our company competitive in our marketing efforts? How thorough were they? Is there anything you could have thought about that was missing in here? Those are the kind of thoughts that I think about when I'm going through and I'm reading each of the final papers. And it takes me a long time to look at these because I'm doing my critical thinking along the way, and I want to really be able to see, did these students learn something, or are they just trying to fake me out and they didn't really do the work, or did they throw it together at the last minute? Again, you're working on teams because employers know that teams that are working well with each other are doing an excellent job, and teams that are just mailing it in generally don't do as good a job thinking through the processes or thinking about how to apply concepts. And anyway, I'm not looking to find ways to fail students as much as I'm looking to see if students have really learned key concepts and can apply it. So we're applied business program. Show that you can apply the concepts. Really be thinking about, can you become an expert on a product? Or if you're a consumer, you know what you like about it. How can you make sure that you have a plan that will keep your company competitive with other people who have similar products? And sometimes similar products, and this is a coffee example, Keurig, but the tea companies and other beverage companies are also your competition. So they will take a piece of the market share that companies would be utilizing. So you'd be thinking about the bigger picture there. It's if coffee gets too expensive, people will drink tea. If tea gets too expensive, people will be drinking water, or whatever the alternatives are. So have you thought about those kinds of things? So the executive summary, this heading obviously should have been down on the top of the next page, but I moved some things around as I was looking at this paper. So the heading should be directly above the paragraph. So this executive summary is a level 1 heading because it's a major section of the paper. So of course the executive summary talks about what to expect, who the company is, and why this marketing plan is being written. The current marketing situation talks about what is happening in the company. Of course, marketing is a lot more than advertising. Marketing has got to do with everything related to selling the products and developing the products of the company, as well as marketing, and distribution. So I'll be taking a look at, as you're reading through this, did the authors talk about those things? And then again, current marketing situation is a major section of the paper, so it has a level 1 heading, which is bold and centered, and major words are capitalized. Here's a level 2 heading, and it's 1.2 product review, and you'll notice it's left justified. Well, that's a level 2 heading, and it's related, it's subordinate to this level 1 heading, current market situation. So they're talking about the product, of course. This talking about product review, they're talking about frother, iced coffee. Here they're talking about competition. Again, it's related to products, the current marketing situation, so you'll see how they've done this. It's a left justified. That's how I know it's a level 2 heading, so I know it's related to the level 1 heading that we just saw. Another level 2 heading where they're talking about distribution. And again, you notice all these paragraphs are indented, and they did a nice job citing their sources along the way. Another major section of this paper, threats, opportunities, analysis. We talked about a SWOT analysis in this course. So that's a level 1 heading. Subordinate to that is threats, a level 2. So it's subordinate to this level 1 heading. And then a level 3 heading, you'll notice, is in italics with major words and capitalized. And so they're briefly mentioning of some of the global threats, environmental threats. Again, that's a subordinate heading to threats, so that's why it's still left justified and in italics with major words capitalized. They did a nice job citing their sources here. Again, another threat, so it's a level 3 APA heading, and it's left justified, and it's in italics. This heading actually is an error. This one should be left justified, and again the paragraph should be indented. Same thing with this, so it looks like they may have had someone do some editing, but they missed how to do a level 3 heading, so it should look just like this heading here. Here's a level 4 heading, and so it's related to threats, but you'll notice this heading is actually inside the paragraph, so they did a nice job, and then with a period. So they did a nice job giving a subordinate level 4 heading underneath this level 3 heading. So it's related, it's subordinate to it. And they're citing, they're introducing the ideas, they're citing their sources really well in every paragraph. They've got in-text citations. Again, another level 4 heading, which is in the paragraph with a period, major words capitalized, and it's in italics. All right, so here's another level 1 heading. It's centered, so this is another major section of the paper, opportunities. And here's a subordinate heading that introduces this thought related to opportunities, so it's in a level 2 heading. All the words are made capitalized and it's left justified. So I think they're doing a really great job, step by step by step, really showing they're thinking about the products and how what's currently happening and how to apply the concepts of threats and opportunities. So, and the headings make it easy for me to see that. So make sure you're using APA headings as you're going along. Hopefully you can see how important headings are because they help the reader understand what they're about to read and how it relates in context to the rest of the paper. Again, here's another level 2 headings, so combustible K-cups, opportunities, that's a major idea related to the level 1 heading, opportunities. Again, here's a level 2, it's about another major part, it's the modular brewing opportunities, so it's level 2 related to the company. Here's a level 1, objectives and issues. It's a level 1 heading, and related to that is the objective, and so they just spell it out. And then subordinate to that is a level 3 heading, which is left justified. And all these major words should be capitalized in level 3 heading too, so that's a little bit of an error there. Same thing with this level 3 heading. It is in italics, it is left justified, but major words in here like product line is probably one word, and then biodegradable should be capitalized. And they cited their source here, nicely done. This looks like this should have been in italics since it's a level 3 heading. Also, this is level 3, so some errors in formatting here, but they did a nice job with this level 3 heading. This is what a level 3 heading should look like: all major words capitalized and left justified, and it's related to the level 2 heading, so nice job to them. So just a few formatting errors again in level 3 headings like this. Major words should be capitalized. Actually, this looks like it is the level 3 heading, and this would make this a level 4 heading. So that major 4 heading should be in this at the start of the paragraph, and all major words capitalized. So likewise, should be a level 4, so it should be in the paragraph. But hopefully you can pause along the way. If I'm talking too fast, you can go and take a look at what they did and see if they really helped you as a reader understand. Do you understand how to apply the concepts that they are you should understand how to apply? So again, here's another major section: marketing strategy. A subordinate level 2 heading to that is marketing goal, left justified. They talk about it here, they cite it. Here is a level 3 heading, which is related to marketing goal, and it's global marketing. So you can see what that heading looks like, and then you can kind of read how they did. So here's level 2 heading, product branding. So that level 2 heading is related to this level 1 heading of marketing strategy, but that's why it's left justified. And then level 3 heading, of course, is subordinate to that level 2 product branding. So labeling is related to product branding, so you can see why that is in italics as a level 3 heading rather than level 2. So here's a paragraph that should have been indented underneath this level 3 heading, but you can read about product positioning, which is related to product branding. Action programs, major section of this paper, it's centered. And then a major level 2 heading is left justified, what will be done. So action, what will be done. So they go hand in hand, and you can tell this is subordinate to action programs. So they talk about what will be done. And then they even go as far as talk about who is responsible, which is related to what will be done. So that's a level 3 heading. That's why it's left justified with major words in italics, and every word is capitalized. So hopefully you can kind of see how they are step by step by step building on painting the bigger picture on the changes and proposals that they're making as a company, a Keurig company, and the products and their competitors. And so as I talk about the level headings, hopefully you can see the relationship of headings and what that content really looks like, and what a good job this team did supporting their ideas with resources by in-text citations. So these in-text citations, if I go back into the reference section, which we'll look at, one of the first references should have the author name Angel, and it should have been published in 2022. So you see price out, that looks like that should have been a hyphenated word. So naturally Microsoft Word points out where things should be changed. Budgets is a major section of this paper, so it's a level 1 heading. They talk about it. Current cost structure, level 2, and it's related to budgets, right? So this is why it's a level 2 with this underneath this level 1 heading, and they talk about it more. Looks like they could have given me more specific data, but they've given some general information about it. Projected income is a level 3 heading related to this level 2 heading. Projected income is related to profits. They've cited their sources. This looks like that probably should have been hyphenated. So you kind of have to, as you go along, this is the thing about teams. If you have 5 people or 6 people on your team and everybody's writing it and everybody's reading it, you should be able to find errors before your professor finds the errors to mark you down on. So that's the deal. And I know this class doesn't have an English 101 prerequisite, but you should be learning how to write along the way, because Microsoft Word helps you do it with these lines, and so you can kind of figure out by right-clicking what should have happened. So if you click on it, that should have just been significant, by the way. But it looks like this works too, so it's making a recommendation, so I get that. Anyway, here's a level 3 heading, so it should have been related to that level 2, and they talk about it. Controls, probably this, I don't know why this paragraph didn't connect. Maybe it's, it's kind of an odd spacing, but it is related to this paragraph down here, so they did a nice job, I guess. This kind of looks like a run-on paragraph here. Probably could have been broken up and expounded on a little bit more, and looks like they probably said, you know what, we got enough content, let's move on. But I mean, really, if you think about it, it's a 20-page paper. It should have 20 pages of content, but with the cover page being page 1 and then the first 3 pages being table of content, they didn't have enough content if the minimum requirement was 20, so they probably got marked down for not having enough content here, because this is page 22 and there were 4 pages of, you know, table of contents and cover page. So not so good, and not so good with content. Maybe this was a B paper. So you notice this is another level 1 heading, references, so they did that right. That angel reference doesn't seem to appear in here. And that should have been an author. They've got Keurig as the first one. These should all be in alphabetical order too, so you can kind of see that they just last minute threw these things together. So as much as I thought this was an excellent paper, you can see these are not in alphabetical order. So in the references they should be in alphabetical order. They are reverse indented. Publication heading name should be in, or titles, publication titles, not article titles, should be in italics. So anyway, hopefully you can kind of see what I'm seeing, and it makes a little more sense to you. Anyway, again, you could rewind this. It's always wise for a team to double check the expectations in the syllabus, and read the grading rubric, and take a look at any samples that your professor puts out. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful to you. Thank you so much for your time in watching this, and I hope that you have a great day, because only you get to choose how you feel about it. I'm Dr. Paul Gerhardt.